The next movie we are going to talk about is a documentary at Sundance. Raise Hell, The Life and Times of Molly Ivins. What would Molly say in today's political climate? Let's take a look at the documentary before we talk to the filmmaker. That was a look at Raise Hell. And joining me is the director and producer, Janice Engel. Thank you so much.
Hey, Conrad, nice to meet you.
Okay, so why make a documentary on Molly and why release it at this time?
Well, Molly Ivins is one of our great unsung heroes of journalism, and nothing had ever been done on her. She's been compared to Mark Twain and Ida Tarbell and Will Rogers, but the main reason is that Molly spoke truth to power, and she gave voice to those that didn't have one, but she used humor to bridge the divide so that people would actually listen to her, and she was wildly funny. And right now, we have a big Facebook following, we always get hashtag WWMIS, what would Molly Ivins say? Yeah. Because people are so hungry for her style of humor because she'd be having a field day right now. She would be dining on the current political situation. Totally.
Well, and I've always heard this kind of quote that's like, we used to trust our politicians and laugh at our comedians. Now we trust our comedians and laugh at our politicians. And I think Molly would have been in the heart of that, where people would have been laughing with her and trusting her about today's political climate, especially.
That is very true. You know, Molly had a constituency, literally a constituency that she called her beloveds. And in making this film, we tapped into that, and more people, as I have shown, and all different ages, shown them clips or showed them our sizzle reel, they would say, where can I hear her speak? Where is she? And she died in 2007, and you know, she filled a void. So what's interesting is now, today, we have politicians who do what Molly, we have comedians that do what Molly Ivins did. We have, you know, Jon Stewart, Colbert, Samantha Bee, Trevor Noah. Yeah. And then you have great journalists, investigative journalism, Rachel Maddow, you know, you have Lawrence O'Donnell, and you have people on CNN, even on Fox. It doesn't matter. We're very polarized right now. What Molly did that nobody does these days is that she was the investigative journalist and wildly funny, and she wrote 2 to 3 columns a week by herself, one person. Who does that today? Who does that today?
It's insane, especially in today's where you have to have such a rapid approach to your columns and get them out and be factual about them. And, you know, she did not separate personality from her column, but I think that was Molly, was her personality.
That's her signature. She's 6 foot tall, red haired Texan. And, you know, she comes from a long line of strong Texas women. You know, Ann Richards was her, you know, friend. Yeah. They were friends before Ann became governor. And they have this, you know, I find in Texas that, and particularly with women, there is this humor, this kind of wry, warm-hearted, but larger than life, and very funny. It's kind of a way of looking at life. I think if you live in Texas, you might have to have that point of view.
Is there any moment that, while making this documentary, which took 6.5 years, I believe, that you saw that you really just connect with Molly, or you saw that maybe just was so profound that was like, that's Molly right there?
Yes. I just got a chill. Yes. So I'm a New Yorker, and I live in LA, and I knew who Molly Ivins was because she was on Letterman and Leno and things like that. But I didn't read her column, and when I came into the project, because I went to see a one-woman show, Red Hot Patriot, the kick-ass wit of Molly Ivins, that starred Kathleen Turner, I was kind of knocked out by the humor. And then when I started to really dig in, and I lived in the Briscoe Center for American Studies at the University of Texas in Austin. I lived in those archives. In 2013 and 2015, I really dug in, and as I uncovered letters, everything, there was a real parallel. You know, Molly bucked authority figures, patriarchal authority figures. I buck patriarchal authority figures. She speaks truth to power. I've always been the kid who stood up for the kid who was put down and made fun of. I've always gone for the underdog. And as I dug in, I realized there were so many parallels to and themes that are in my heart. And I said, I'm the person who's supposed to be making this film. Yeah.
When it's going to be showing?
It premieres tonight.
Premieres tonight?
Yeah.
And if people want more information on the film, where can they go to?
They can go to www.mollyivinsfilm.com, IVINSMOLLY, as well as Facebook. We have a mollyivinsfilm.com Facebook page. We have nearly 20,000 followers. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. And we crow all the time. You know, raise hell, people.
All right.
You know?
Janice, thank you so much
Thanks
for coming
a lot,
on and
Conrad.
talking about the documentary. It's going to be great. I mean, that Rachel Maddow clip we showed, we couldn't show the whole thing, but Molly has a great segment after it that had me rolling last night in laughter, and just, I wish Molly was still here today. Again, it's called Raise Hell, The Life and Times of Molly Ivins. Stay tuned for What's Real. We got plenty more coming up after these commercial breaks.